Well, welcome to Third Eye Inquiry with my
Yes.
co-host, Gina.
Yes, you probably recognize me from TikTok. I'm 45 Gia. And of course, my other partner who is absolutely fabulous. You know, she's a bad mama jamma. I call her Jules, but you might know her from her TikTok handle.
Spiritual Alchemy Energy.
Yes. And we have a good case today.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
You want to tell them about it?
Well, I will, and then I'm going to have you go first tonight, and then I'll follow, and we'll talk about whatever comes up. So tonight we're doing the case of the 63-year-old New York grandmother that went to Las Vegas to visit a friend, and she had a couple days left with her friend in Las Vegas, and she went to CVS, and that was the last time, like one of the last times she was caught on video, right? And then she was after that seen on video at the airport, Harry Reid Airport, falling down an embankment, and she was not seen after. Well, they recovered her there, her body.
Yes, it's the Alisa Good case.
Yes,
and
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. This beautiful, vibrant woman was missing for 14 days, and her family actually flew to Las Vegas. She was there visiting a friend and ran in the middle of the afternoon to CVS or Walgreens pharmacy to get some medicine. And she wasn't seen again till 14 days later. And what's interesting that I found out on this case is they looked at the surveillance, and they realized that when they saw her fall down in a ditch, it was actually the same day she went missing. But she had been missing for 14 days, so nobody found her. So hopefully we can shed some light on what happened to her. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Okay. So this time you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For those who've never seen me read, my name is Gia. And what I like to do is I like to incorporate in my tarot astrology with numerology. And so for this particular case, I'm use the Astro Star codes. And of course, I incorporate numerology in there. And so I got a couple of really strong hits. And I'll go through that, and then I'll tell you about the cards that I pulled and the numbers associated with the cards, okay? Well, so what was interesting when I looked at her picture, it said it had the last date seen, and it was very interesting. It was 8/8/26, which, as we all know, happens to be the Lion's Gate. So that was very poignant. And I added up the days, that date for that day. And if you saw my episode last week, you know that the 26/8, the 26 is a karmic number. So 2 partnerships, 8, 2 with 6 with responsibilities, family responsibilities, comes to an 8, life, death, sex, and other people's money. Which brings me to my hit psychically. So when I looked at her picture initially, I saw this very vibrant, beautiful light. I mean, it was just like her smile just lit up the entire place. And I could instantly hear her voice. I could instantly see her. If she got excited, she would see you and she'd be, hi, this is that type of woman. I could hear her voice. I could see her very vibrantly. She just had a very strong energy about her. And so this is somebody that I pick up psychically that people are drawn to. She's very generous. She makes everybody around you feel good. She's somebody that can walk in the room and not only light it up, but draw people to her. And everybody felt really good around her because of that energy. I do believe that she brought in people that weren't as, high vibrating as she was. Okay. Light tends to attract, like you see, the moth attracts the flame, that type of thing. So what I got from this, and I'm just going to talk about my general hits and then we'll go through, besides it being Lionsgate and the 26 of the last date seat was a karmic number. Some sort of relationship. I believe it was in the past. It was either with her or a person of interest. Now I keep getting this is somebody she knows. I'm not saying it's her friend, but it could be. It could be the person of interest and her, there was some relationship from the past that hadn't healed. And it was either with her and person of interest, or person of interest could have had maybe they had somebody going in and out of their life. Something like that. The other thing that I got, past love that never healed. There was also a very heavy Neptune, and Neptune was in reverse when I pulled the card. And so Neptune in reverse, it's not all the beautiful, imaginative, creative stuff. It's also in reverse. It's the shadow aspect. So we're looking at deceit. We're looking at confusion. We're looking at somebody who's not their authentic self, or puts on a persona that's not really them in the intention to deceive, you know? So that was what I got. Now the cards I pulled, and I pulled two sign cards. One is Leo in reverse, and one is Scorpio in reverse. So the Leo, it rules the number 5, which is the 5th house. And that's a house of hopes, wishes, and dreams. The house of your true love, besides children and your own business. So in reverse, it's a shadow side of ego, shadow side of Leo, which is ego, selfish, self-centered, all about me type of thing. Then Scorpio is the number 8. Life, death, sex, and other people's money. And of course, transformation. It was also in reverse. So the shadow side of Scorpio is controlling, possessive, jealous, that type of thing. So that both coincides with this relationship of either Lisa and the person of interest, or the person of interest and possibly somebody in their life. Maybe they knew Lisa was coming over, which brings me back to that friend that she went to go see. Could be an ex, or somebody that she had some connection with in the past, but maybe they're still friends, that type of thing. Could they have had children together, or did she know this person and possibly who they were involved with, and now they're single, but maybe that person is still in and out of their life. I'm not sure, but those are the hits I got. I also got the dignified card, which was also a lot of reversals, everything in reverse that I pulled. And that's a number 13. And 13 comes to a 4. So this was definitely about somebody, either the person of interest that could have had a home with somebody, a foundation. But then I got solar flares. So solar flares is things are actually activating for somebody, but that was also in reverse. So we're talking about somebody's foundation that wasn't stable. The solar flare is a 17-8. So that's other people's money. That's, maybe somebody, was hoping to get something started, maybe a new job, a new relationship, but there were no opportunities. And then I also got the transit card in reverse, which is a master number, a number 55, which would have been a 10, which is a new beginning with, the God essence, but it was in reverse. So this is no new, they're like a hangman, they're stuck, no new beginnings. So there was no movement, no activation. And I'm feeling like maybe, and I don't know, okay, I'm not sure if it's who she went to go see, but I keep getting, this is somebody she knows. This is somebody she knows. She could have ran into somebody in Vegas. Maybe she was there to see her friend and possibly meet up with an ex, or maybe somebody she ran into out there. I don't know how long she was in Vegas before she, went to the CVS. Maybe she met somebody that still had an ex floating around and made, plans to meet up, and that person saw her. Hard to say. But there is, I'm picking up, there is these themes there. Yeah. And let's see, what else do I got? I'm also getting from her a headache. I get a really strong headache. And I believe that she was either drugged or she was hit in the head, because I feel like I got vertigo. And I believe that's where she was going to I know she was picking up medicine, but I don't think it was a headache medicine. But I do pick up a headache. So I could I'm picking up either drugged or some sort of head injury. And that's what I got. So let's hear. Okay, you're on, Jules. Let's see what you got.
Oh wow. I got like
Hit us, bartender.
Oh man. So I got something completely different, which
Okay, hey.
um, hopefully I'm not influenced by.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say a few more things?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
go
I
ahead.
wrote a few more notes. Forgive me. Yeah, person of interest is known connected to a community or even possibly a crime family. And the thing that I was also getting is I believe she was kind of dumped off at the airport because they were trying to leave. Now, could this have been a robbery? I'm not sure, but there was some sort of fight or argument that led to either, like I said, a poisoning or a head injury. But so this person of interest was connected to some sort of groups, friends, and associations crime family. And that's everything. I'm done now. Sorry.
That's interesting. So you think she was dropped off near or at?
I think she was on her way. They were on their way to the airport to leave. But I don't know if, like, let's say, okay, I'm going to throw out a scenario. Okay. Let's say, and I'm just going to use the friend because she was there to see the friend, right? And we don't know if it's a male or female, but I'm feeling it's a male. Okay. And maybe somebody was trying to get back with this male, maybe knew she was going out there or seen her out there. Mm-hmm. And they got, jealous and, hey, we got jealous and possessive, somebody very self-centered, unless, the person of interest, like I said, the person of interest, she knew in some way, shape, or form, but they're associated with a group, their group of some, so that's who knows.
Yeah, there might be a group involved. I feel like there's a group. I didn't really write that into this, but I felt it. So my scenario is completely different.
Yeah.
So I tapped into where I like the CVS, what was going on there at CVS. And so then I flashed. So I was seeing the front of the CVS. I had to actually go look it up. I'm like, oh my God, this is it.
Yeah.
And I had to do the whole Google, like put the little person in there and go, like, yes. Okay. And so I saw, like, it might be a blue vehicle where there's a hinge or a closure on the left hand side. It could be a van, it could be a car door on the left hand side that shuts, like, with the hinge on the left side. That's what I was getting. And so I kind of like zoomed into her in the CVS, and I feel like she was being like watched, and not watched just by one person, but two people.
Ah.
Okay. And yeah, she was being followed in the store. And I think there were two men. It was two men. One was African American, and he was on the heavier side. Like, I don't know if he was just heavy or if he was built or a little bit of both. But he was quite big. And then this other person, I really can't make out their skin color. I think he was white. And what stuck out with him was, like, he was skinny, and he really, like, had a bad odor. So I don't know if it was like body odor, but I kind of got like potentially like he was a smoker, really bad smoker.
Ooh.
And maybe didn't have good hygiene on top of it. Just really bad. Like, potentially I picked up, potentially there might be drugs. This person might be on drugs. I mean, like, that's what I got from that. Yeah, they targeted her. I don't feel like they knew her, but I felt like they targeted her. Okay, and they were watching her. She said something to herself, like, she felt a little intimidated by one of them, and she knew she was being followed around, but she didn't let them know. She said something to herself like, they're not going to get me. It was really weird. Um, I don't think this was the first time they did stuff like this. So this isn't their first rodeo. So they're pretty, they're well versed at doing these things. And I did get that they got her in the parking lot, and they used a syringe and some sort of drugged her, and got her into the car. That's why I was seeing the left hand, the door shutting, and it felt like a compartment to me. At first, I thought it was like, those utility trucks that have the compartments. And I'm like, it could have been like a van. It could have been a van, with the sliding door, because it slides from the left. So, and those there could have been a compartment there to keep them contained in it. This might have been a thing. So yeah, she blacked out. She had, her left hand was hurt. Felt like it was being crushed by somebody stronger than her. Her middle finger on the left hand, the fingernail got stepped on. She was dizzy, disoriented, felt very heavily drugged. She was released and walked. Then we know she fell down, right?
Right. She fell in a ditch, not far, like in the airport, like very close to the airport.
Yeah, the embankment at the Harry Reid Airport. I feel like the situation had her in such a state that when she was released there, that she had some cardiac experience, whether it was a heart attack or a stroke. She had something happen. That's what ultimately she fell down, and we don't know anything. We don't know the autopsy.
Right.
We don't know the condition of the body. We don't know toxicology report, anything like that. Nothing's been released. And so she may have been hit on the top of the head before this in an altercation with these two men. Okay, she wants me, because I tapped into her energy too. So she wants me to know she had some blue beads, like a necklace. It was lightweight. It's kind of I would say they're plastic.
Yeah.
It was like somebody gave it to her, like one of her grandkids or kids. And that's what meant something to her, and she was wearing it. I don't know if it had a cross on it. Excuse me, but it had something attached to it. Somebody related to her gave it to her. She told me that someone in her family was pregnant, and she was planning on being there when the baby came. And she wants to say, I love them all, and she's in a very good place where she is now. She's watching over everyone. From the other side, she misses and loves everyone and her family and friends. Okay, going back, the perps or the potential suspects, again, husky guy, potentially African American, tall. The other one, he was smelly. Sorry, he was like Pigpen. The motive here was to get money and anything of value. So there might have been potential sexual abuse here, because there was a lot of this that happens around casinos. I'm not going to rule it out with this case because of how they potentially use a syringe to give her drugs and subdue her. Like I said. It's I did have an acquaintance. My friend had a family friend that went with their mom to a casino on a bus. And the mom got back on the bus, and this family friend had been sitting with two men, and she never got back on the bus to go home. The mom made it home, and this woman had been drugged and assaulted repeatedly and repeatedly given drugs all night long. And she ended up having to take a taxi home like 3 hours later. She had no money. Everything was taken. She left in the taxi. Yeah, she didn't know what happened. She ended up went to the hospital and had this. So this happens. This stuff happens.
Oh yeah, it does happen. Yeah, I was like, I looked at the area, but this was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I thought, wow. And I know that they're very busy. You know, anybody can be taken at any time. But I'm getting something that this was some sort of a jealousy. I don't know if it's her with the person of interest, or the person of interest had somebody in their life, and you know, she was just visiting them as a friend. You know, maybe they thought something else. But I did pick up multiple people like you did. I did pick up 2 men and 1 woman, but I didn't see the color of them, but I knew there were 2 men and 1 woman. But that's what I got. But I do feel like it was like more of a crime of passion, but they were trying to get away, but they were associated with some sort of crime family, or, you know, they had done stuff like that.
That's what I was going to go into, because I do believe they would move. This is not their first time doing this at all, but they would move around town in Vegas to do this sort of thing. So, yeah. And
that's pretty bold.
And they wouldn't just target women. They target men too. So, like, I don't know what they're doing to these people when they're, you know.
I seen something on, I think it was TikTok or one of the shorts, where somebody blows like a mist, a powder, and then people just go out. So it's very possible. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody asked for directions, and, you know, and then they went down. I mean, they're saying that if you see powder on your door handle or something, not to touch it, you've been targeted. If you touch it, you could instantly be drugged. I don't know how long it hits. It sounds like it's instantaneous. So, yeah, it's very possible. Absolutely.
Well, it's not ricin.
Right. I don't know, but it seems like, you know, hopefully we're able to provide some clues, and, you know, hopefully they can take these clues and run them and really find out what happened. If I remember correctly, and what was it that I heard? That she went missing, and then the friend landed up calling, but it had been, because it was like, listen, I'm going to run to the CVS, pick up some medicine, and I'll be back. And the way that the story goes is she was on a bus, and she took the bus down there in the middle of the afternoon, and she never came back. So, you know, who knows how much time had passed, you know, before they even reported it. So, but that's the story. We still have yet for them to, law enforcement, to.
It's really just, it's odd. It's really, why wouldn't the friend like report her missing?
Well, I mean, think like so she flew in. Okay, I'm coming to see you, and I say, okay, Jules. Oh my God, I got to go pick up my prescription. Let me call him, make a prescription. I got to go pick it up. I'll be back. And you know, you're thinking, I don't live there. I got to catch a bus. So I'm going to catch a bus, and figure in Vegas, and depending upon where they live, buses are probably pretty. And I don't even know what day it was, but I know it was in the afternoon. So they could have been running every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, something like that. Right. And then go down there. You're thinking about, you know, 2 hours, 3 hours, but I don't know how long she had been missing before they reported her missing.
I think it was 2 days. Like, she went missing 2 days before she was supposed to go home.
Okay. They said that in the news she had been missing for 14 days. So maybe her plan was 2 days before she was supposed to go home. So did he or she wait a whole 48 hours before calling?
It was a family.
No, the family flew in.
Right.
But that person reported her
Okay,
missing.
we got to check this.
Yeah, we need some facts.
We need to check this.
Yeah, because I heard that they reported her missing, and then her, I'm sure they would have been communication with the family, because they seem very close. And so I'm sure that her family was probably calling her. But I'm just thinking, how long did they wait before they reported her missing?
Oh, weird. Okay.
Like if you were at my house and you said, okay, I'm going to be back in 2 hours, and it's like 4 hours, I'm going to be calling you. Jules, hey, where are you? Are you okay? Do you need me to come get you?
It'd be like 2 or 3 hours. It'd be like, are you okay? What's going on?
Right.
Unless that friend was at work. Okay. Which is, they might be gone. They might not know that they're missing that day.
Okay, I'm trying to, if I read what I read correctly, they told the friend. So now you're right. Was the friend even home?
Okay.
Let's find out.
Timeline. Goods disappeared August 8th while visiting Las Vegas, and her body was discovered nearly 2 weeks later.
14 days.
Okay. Airport video footage from August 8th shows Goods falling down an embankment, getting back up, and then collapsing in a location not visible from the street.
Right.
Then, okay, I didn't read this. This is interesting. This is AI overview on Google. Suspicious text kept coming in.
Right.
After her disappearance, family members received fraudulent text messages from her phone demanding money and Bitcoin, which police investigated.
How long had she been missing before the friend filed the report? Because the friend was the one that filed the report. And is the friend male or female? We don't know.
Who filed the missing report and when? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling.
I read very little on this.
Yeah, I didn't. I just heard that, and I was like,
Keon Roger John.
That's a man.
Okay. Reported her missing August 10th. Now you have to remember, sometimes they don't want a
missing person
report until they're gone 24 to 48 hours. Right?
Yeah.
Remember? So I don't know if that plays any part of this at all.
So that makes me wonder. It was this person. Did they have some sort of a past?
Okay.
Or did this person, were they involved with somebody who was trying to hang on? Because I'm picking up jealousy. And maybe they were involved with somebody that, had a shady past or something like that.
Okay, here's the lowdown. The backstory. Kids had been staying at John's apartment during her vacation in Vegas. He told family members and police that she left on August 8th to walk to a CVS pharmacy for iron pills and never returned. The filing of the missing persons report. After Goods failed to return and did not answer phone calls or texts, her family instructed John to contact authorities. He filed the report with the Las Vegas Metro Police Department 2 days after her disappearance. So he must have been like, did she leave?
So if he was talking to the family, I don't know, but I'm getting what I'm getting. Somebody was very, egotistical, self-centered, possessive, controlling. Nothing was moving in their life. They couldn't get a job. They couldn't get a business going. They felt stuck. I don't know if it was this person. Could have been, possibly. We don't know. Or somebody they were involved with. That's what I'm getting. But there was, more than one. But then somebody was leaving. somebody was trying to get on a plane. That's why her body was there. That's what I'm getting. But and like I said, crime, person of interest, known, connected to a community, friends, family, crime circle. So we don't know much about this person.
We don't know anything.
And yeah, like how good of a friend was this person? You know? Because I'm picking up the energy that I'm getting from this woman is this is a woman that's worked real hard. She's very financially stable. She's got her shit together. She would be safe. She would have been safe. So, I mean, yes, people get picked off, right? It can happen to anybody. Right. But this is a woman that, even though she's very light, I feel like she could, run like Queen of Wands energy, like I'm paying attention. I'm on it. But I'm still getting that. I'm getting that this is somebody she knew.
Interesting.
So I'm hoping that law enforcement runs all these leads and really looks at everything, because anybody could send a text asking for crypto, right?
Well, what's really weird is that Nancy Guthrie case. They're asking for Bitcoin too, right? And money and ransom for her. And so it's a thing now, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's Bitcoin is crypto is the new currency. It is. And so very interesting. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll
have to wait and see.
We'll come back to this. We might have updates.
Yes.
That's going to be interesting. It's like, well, let's play this. Was she found near the place she was seen falling down? Yes, she was. She was found. Yes. I don't know what the distance is from.
Oh, there are people in our chats.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see. I didn't hear comments. Oh, hi guys.
Not easy to. Yeah. And it's all. What do you call that?
Transactions. Yeah.
Encrypted.
Wow. Yeah.
Encrypted. Yeah, she was. I don't know the distance between the airport and that CVS. So, I think I looked it up. CVS. Vegas. Alisa good case.
I wonder how long you have to be missing in Vegas before they allow you to, because most people have to be missing 24 hours.
I think the friend probably was like, they didn't know if she left and went back. And that's probably why he was talking to the family, like, did you come back there?
But I mean, think about it. If you're coming over to somebody, right? And you came to my house and I don't see you and I can't get a hold of you. Yes, I'm going to call your family, but I'm going to call you. But I'm also going to be like, okay, this person had after 24 hours and wait 48 hours. That's odd. And, I would feel, and I'm just me, I would feel kind of responsible. Like, oh my God, you came to see me. Your stuff's here and you're gone. You're missing, like you're gone. I would be calling the police. Hey, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but they're not back. I called the family. The family says they haven't heard from her. What should I do? Do you recommend me doing a report? Because we got to think, what were they wearing? All the things, they need descriptions. So I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but.
It's a very short trip from that CVS to Harry Reid International. It's 10 minutes by vehicle.
Yes.
By vehicle. It might be a half an hour by walking.
But how far? I think if I remember that she didn't walk, it said she walked, but then they said that she had to take a bus to the CVS. So I'm not sure. We get a lot of different reports. We don't know.
I don't know. I just read that she walked there.
I wonder how far it was from
the bus,
where.
here says 16 minutes.
But from where that person lived to the CVS?
Well, this is the CVS to Harry Reid.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So that's why I was looking. I was just like, I feel like they dropped her off like relatively close to where she was at CVS, but not the same location. Does that makes sense? I don't know if they were leaving. Like, I don't know.
Very strange. Very strange.
Well, hopefully we find out and her family gets
Yeah.
closure, and she's at peace.
Yeah. Yeah. What a terrible thing to happen, you know, in the middle of the day, in the middle of the day.
Well, it happens all the time. So it's like, it's a good lesson. Like, pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to who's around you. If you're not feeling well, don't, like, it's hot in Vegas.
Yeah. Right? Yes. Yeah. I wonder what the temperature was that day, but I would imagine it would be hot. I think that week it was like in the hundreds. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Vegas is so dirty.
Right? Extremely hot.
Well, back in 2009, that was like the family place to go. And I'm just like, I went there. I'm just like, how on earth do you feel like this is a place to take kids? It was terrible.
Yep.
They're like handing out, have you been there? They hand out like flyers that are, for the hooker bars.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have seen those.
But then people just throw them down. It's like, because they can't hand it to kids, but it's all over the grounds.
Crazy.
It's bad there. It's so bad there. Anyways, our next week's case, did you have anything else to share there? Is the flight attendant.
Yes.
For Southwest Airlines, Jenny Lupton, who was found by a dumpster at the Hilton Hawaiian Village in Waikiki.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So a little backstory on this, ladies and gentlemen. I can't give too much information, but somebody reached out to me who works for that airlines and asked me, hey, can you do it on this case? None of us believe that she just got a tattoo and then all of a sudden fell and died. None of us are buying that. And we really want to get some psychic impressions. I said, send me the case. So they sent the link. I sent it to Jules, and we are so excited to be doing that one next week. So stay tuned and make sure to turn on those notifications so you can catch us and see what our third eye inquiry picks up.
All right. And Gina will be live on TikTok.
Yes. If you'd like to get a live reading from me when we hang up, please come and join me at 45 Gia on TikTok, where I'll be doing live readings there. Okay. And
I might be on tomorrow. So I'm still nursing my cold. And thank you, Gina. Thank you for doing your investigation. Thank you for sharing with everyone. And thank you, everyone, for being here. And we'll see you next week. Yes, we will. Or sooner. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. Thanks for joining us. That's right. Don't forget to subscribe to Gina's channel, 45 Gia. Thank you. Right. Bye-bye. Sorry. Okay. End.